What is the answer to this fentanyl crime? Obviously, the porous southern border is a massive part of the problem. But should there be more regulation, more laws, more control over fentanyl itself?
So certainly there ought to be state level laws that are passed that allow for drug dealers to be prosecuted for homicide if a drug dealer passes a drug with fentanyl laced into it to one of their victims, because it is in fact fentanyl poisoning. Many of the people who are taking fentanyl, using the term fentanyl overdose is probably wrong for a huge number of people. An overdose is when you take too much of a drug that you were actually intending to ingest. In many of these cases, you have somebody who's taking what they think is an Adderall, and it turns out that it's laced with fentanyl, and a grain of fentanyl or two can kill you. And so that actually is a poisoning, and drug dealers ought to be prosecuted in precisely that fashion. But you're right. The biggest issue, obviously, is the porous southern border. The first episode in this series was about the southern border. The drug cartels control the entirety of the American southern border. And right now they are using illegal immigration as actually a misdirect to get fentanyl into the country. What they're doing is flooding illegal immigrants into certain areas. The Border Patrol under Joe Biden makes it first priority to go to those areas and process the illegal immigrants who are arriving in these areas.